Hey, good people. What's going on? I don't know when this is going to be put out, but happy day, right? Happy day, whatever day this is for you. But before I get started, please like, comment, subscribe, talk to me in the comments, share all your thoughts, your feelings. I'm here, okay? But before I get started in the video code switching, what I want to talk about is I got an announcement, okay? So I am launching a cosmetic line. Yay! And guess what? It's on my face today. So I do not have any foundation on. I only have powder on. So the goal of this cosmetic line is to really give the consumer a natural, cute, everyday look. The lip gloss is by the face powder, the brows, everything is by Nyla Cosmetics. And I'll go into details at a later date to describe and explain to you why I called it Nyla. But I'm so excited, and I hope you all are excited as I launch this beautiful cosmetic line, and I hope it gives you everything that you're looking for. So if you are a girl that doesn't do makeup, or a girl that does like the little to very few foundation, whatever, this is the product for you. I was always that girl that didn't really like a whole bunch of foundation on my face. So I came up with a product, a pressed powder that gives you a more natural look. It's very light. It's very light. It doesn't feel heavy. As long as you put some moisturizer on your face before going out every day, you will look like this by the end of the day. I promise you. But now that I've shared that announcement, which is so exciting, I want to talk today, y'all, about code switching. Okay? So let's talk about it and let's get into it. So let me just breathe, y'all, because my little life has been so beautiful. Like literally in this 90 to 120 day time frame that I've been living, y'all, it has been good, bad, and different. I cried, I smiled, I laughed, I cried, I laughed. Like I went through every emotion. I really did. But I can finally say that I'm in a place in my life where I feel good. Like I can finally say that I'm in a place in my life where not a lot of things can really knock me off of where I'm at in my life. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. My child, nothing. Nothing can really move me and shake me from where I am right now in my life. And it took me a minute to get to this place. It took solitude. It took me just being able to step back and give myself some time to really process my life, process what I got going on, and just really regroup. So I'm back, okay? I'm back full throttle. What's up? What you want to do now? I'm just playing. Okay, so look, let's talk about code switching. So one thing, and I don't like to give my past any fuel to feel like they deserve any energy or any light in my future, but this is something, sometimes we got to step into our past to move forward with our future. So something that I identified and I learned, code switching. Let's talk about it. Okay, so we all know that we have to use code switching a lot in our life. Sometimes we have to use it in career. Sometimes people use it in relationships. We all been there, okay? Let's not act like nobody has met your representative, because we all have that one. We all have that little alter ego person that you meet in the beginning when you first talking to somebody. But I want to talk about code switching and how code switching can be helpful in certain arenas, but it also can be harmful in certain areas and aspects and spaces in your life, right? So one thing that I learned and I discovered in my lonely time, my alone time, is I was so in love with the idea of marriage. I was so in love with the idea of family that I don't think I was doing the necessary work on myself in the beginning, right, to become this person, right? So when I was with my ex, I really think I was so in love with the idea of marriage and so in love with the idea of family that I did not want to break it up, even though I knew it was not for me. I knew that relationship was not for me. I knew it didn't serve any purpose in my life anymore, but I continued to hold on to it because I knew I love that idea, right? But let me tell you how code switching can be harmful in relationships. I became someone in my past relationship that is not who I am, right? I became a stay-at-home mom. I became this submissive woman, and not saying that these things are not who I am, because these things are still who I am to my core. But the difference is I chose wrong, right? I chose wrong. So because I chose wrong, I had to code switch in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end of the relationship, right? And so I want to just talk about how code switching can be so harmful to a relationship. And it is so vital, y'all. This is why it's so vital to be yourself, right? So like, we allow social media and all of these platforms to influence how we do dating. And it doesn't, you don't have to live your life like that. Like, you don't have to date like society tells you to date. And see, I did that for a while. I dated, and I would show, I don't want to even say that I wasn't very authentic, because I feel like I had been authentic for the most part, but I did know how to code switch in certain relationships. And I do think that that's important, but I do not think that code switching is important in the beginning, in the building stages of learning and getting to know somebody. And let me tell you why. Because when you code switch in the beginning, so let's say, I'm gonna use the example. Let's say you are this ambitious, driven woman, right? And you get into a relationship and you kind of code switch and be this woman that you're not. So you minimize your ambition, you minimize your goals, you minimize everything that you were doing to adapt to this relationship. That is so harmful in the future. Why? Because you are not living your authentic self. We see all these videos talking about like how you have to tap into these. Fuck that. Tap into who you are, okay? Tap into who you are, because if you tap into who you are, you don't have to code switch. You can be yourself with your mate, and your mate can either choose to love it or not like it. You know what I'm saying? But you don't give that person that opportunity to know if they love it, like it, or hate it, because you're not revealing that side to them, right? I want us to get so comfortable in being in our own skin that it ain't too much somebody can shake to change that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that that's so important, because when you code switch in relationships, you have to continuously code switch. So think about a lie, right? When you lie, you gotta keep lying to keep that lie a lie, right? And that's the same thing with code switching. When you code switching in a relationship, you're gonna have to continue to perpetuate that same type of behavior to yield you the same type of results that you got in the beginning. Versus you just being you. You just being who you are. Like, be who you are. If everybody learns how to be who they are, they wouldn't be in horrible ass marriages, sickening ass relationships, horrible friendships with people, because they know who they are. At the end of the day, listen, being who you are is going to offend some people. Me doing this video right now is going to offend some people. I am in a place in my life where I could give two fucks if this offended somebody. I'm gonna be honest with you, because at the end of the day, if it offends you that I'm being who I am, sorry but not sorry. Like, that's something you gotta deal with, right? And you have to do that when you are getting to know someone. You have to do that when you get to know someone, because if you do that, you can see yourself for who you are. Your mate can see yourself for who you are. You also can see your mate for who they are. So if you continuously to encourage authenticity, you force other people to encourage their own authenticity, right? And so you also give people the option to determine if that's going to be a good look for them in their future. So that's the first half of code switching. But let's talk about how code switching can be beneficial. So I know some of us work in corporate America. I used to live that lifestyle. I had to code switch all the time. And I'm going to be honest with you. I hated it in the beginning. But in the end, I was grateful that I learned how to do it, because guess what? It taught me how to be adaptable. It taught me how to be flexible. It taught me how to get into certain environments and either rise to that standard or get below that standard. And that being able to code switch in careers, it helped me. But now that I'm a business owner, I ain't code switching nothing. I'm just not. I'm not in that place anymore. Like, I don't have to. I don't have to fake like I'm somebody that I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But it is very beneficial when you're in a career and you're climbing to the top, and you kind of, it's like an unwritten rule in corporate America that you just kind of gotta go with the status quo, you know? So I understand that. But let's talk about this, and we're gonna wrap this video up. Loving your authentic self. Okay, let me tell you one thing that I struggle with, that y'all probably done heard me say this a couple of times. I cuss entirely too much. I am aware of that. I am working on that. But I'm also loving who I am while I'm working on that, right? So I'm not so critical of myself as I'm learning and I'm growing, right? Because for me, cursing is just a way of me just being my authentic self. It might not be ladylike. It might not be all these things. But guess what? I'm working on it, right? I'm becoming a better woman as I'm doing this, right? But I could be dating someone and I slip up and say a few curse words in the first, maybe the second or third conversation, and he like, I don't want my woman doing that. Cool. Because real talk, yes, I'm working on cursing and I'm working on trying to articulate myself and be passionate without cursing. This gonna take time, bro. So if this ain't something you okay with, bye. Like, I'm not living to that standard of like, you gotta be like the world wants you to be as a woman. Like, I don't subscribe to that dumb shit. I just don't. Like, I'm gonna be me, you gonna be you, and we gonna love each other for who we are, flaws and all. And if we can't love each other for flaws and all, we not dealing with each other. That's just what it is. I'm not gonna be with somebody, I'm not even gonna be in a romantic relationship with somebody if I can't accept them. Can I accept their vices? Can I accept their trauma? Can I accept their flaws? If I can't accept that, I don't need to be with them. I'm not gonna take the time to try to change no grown man, nor should you take the time to change no grown man or no grown woman, because at the end of the day, they gonna be who they gonna be. It ain't too much you can do to change that. All you can do as an individual is decide, do I want this or do I not want this? Can I see myself being with this long term? Because see, that's what you have to ask yourself. You can't ask yourself, well, they have the potential to change. Whoever I'm gonna be with, they gotta accept the fact that I'm gonna curse. I might not curse like I cursed when I was 20, but I'm gonna curse, right? And that's my flaw. That's one of my issues that I'm working on. But you have to ask yourself that, if this problem never changed, will I be okay with this? Somebody will be okay with that for me. Somebody not gonna be okay with that with me. And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. So I wanted to talk about code switching, and I also want to talk about your flaws, loving your flaws while also doing the work on yourself. So I love who I am as a woman. yes, there are a lot of things that I really need to work on. And I'm seeing it now and I'm doing the work, but nothing comes overnight. It's going to take time, it's going to take patience, and it's going to take a lot of grace on my end and my loved ones' end, you know, because it's just something. It took 30 years to build this up, so it's going to take some time to bring it back down, you know. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope we understand that we need to stop code switching and just be who we gonna be. Just be you, okay? Be you. Somebody gonna love you for you. Straight up. Somebody gonna love you with all your flaws, but you have to learn to embrace them. You have to literally learn how to embrace your issues. Embrace the things that scare you the most. Embrace the things that you done heard about 7 times in your life that somebody told you they had a problem with. Embrace it, but also do the work on it. Actively work on it daily to learn the skills that you need to brand and become a better person, okay? I hope y'all have a good day. I love y'all. I'm looking forward to y'all supporting me. I am going to launch a sisterhood group very soon. I hope y'all are ready for it. I'm going to have virtual access, and I am going to have limited seats that are available face-to-face, but I hope you all are ready for it. I am ready for it. I am excited about it, and I look forward to working with y'all. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.